Hello guys, Rototil here, and this is the H68 from JJRC, the worst quadcopter I have ever reviewed. So as you just saw, two things happen here. Basically the quadcopter crashes when I press the flip button. This is basically causing the quadcopter to crash 100% of the time. Other than that, it seems like that after 4 or 3 minutes, the quadcopter just feels like it's losing control over its altitude hold functionality, or actually its barometer is losing control. So this is the first time this happens to me constantly with the altitude hold quadcopter, and I really hope that it is only my quadcopter and not your quadcopter or the entire model. Please let me know in the comments below if you had a different experience with this specific model. So let's just take a look anyway at the quadcopter, and then we'll go out for a flight which is full of crashes, because that's what actually happened to me when I went out and flew this cute quadcopter. I'm so sad. I really wished it was a good one. This is the camera here, and it's basically a Wi-Fi transmitting camera. The resolution here is 720p, and this is real 720p, and I actually got great video quality from this camera. There is a bit of delay, and there is a lot of frame skipping on it, but still you do get enough photos to actually use this camera. The camera itself is tiltable, and you can obviously connect or disconnect it. I feel like this had some kind of responsibility over the crashes I've done, especially when having to do the flips. Maybe it had too much weight on it. I will try maybe in the future taking it out for another flight without the legs, the camera and the propeller guards, just to see how it flies without any weight on it, because this is a very small quadcopter. One thing I must say about JJRC here is that they give you tons of extra things. You do get extra propeller guards, extra 4 propellers, even extra quadcopter legs, even extra screws to screw up the quadcopter like they did. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I really felt like this is gonna be a good one, but in the end, after 4 minutes, almost every time this quadcopter crashed, decreased its height to ground level, and it felt like it couldn't keep on with the altitude it was supposed to keep. So this is basically everything you can see here. Here in the back we'll see the battery bay, which is interesting because it basically blocks the battery from all directions, and you do have the battery plug. This is JST plug. The battery is an 1800 milliamp per hour battery, 3.7 volt 30C battery, and this is what's basically causing the quadcopter, helping the quadcopter to fly for 20 minutes, and it's a good thing if we could fly 20 minutes. Other than that, we do see that we have the cute bumpers over here. This is basically gonna cause us to have a stable recording while using the camera with the quadcopter. We are also getting this quadcopter remote, and the gimbals were actually disconnected when I got this, but you can connect them back again if you want to. The quadcopter has lots of different buttons. These 4 buttons will help you do the trimming. So for example, if you're feeling like the quadcopter is drifting away from you, you can just press this button and cause the quadcopter to trim it backwards. That means that basically it will always go back to you. We are seeing that we have the 2 usual gimbals. We also have a flip button over here, but if you long press the flip button, you will basically be able to go into headless mode, which will help you in flying the quadcopter and taking video or photos of yourself. You do see that we have a high and low speed mode, but this is actually a 3 speed mode button or toggle, and this will also have a medium speed mode. If you are flying the quadcopter outside, you want to fly it in high mode to resist all the winds, obviously, especially in the area where I'm flying. This is where you're gonna put your phone, and as you can see, I really like this adapter. Any phone will fit inside this thing, and no phone will fall off like I had this experience with many other phone adapters. two of the buttons here basically are the takeoff and land button, and this is really funny because this is supposed to be a press on button, and it's also you can actually change the button like this. You can circle the button, is a circular button. I have no idea why. And you can also obviously calibrate the quadcopter by pressing this button. I haven't seen it actually do anything, but I have done it every time the quadcopter crashed, and as you're gonna see now, it's gonna crash a lot. This is where you turn the quadcopter on and off, and all in all, it's a good remote. It feels good in the hand. The plastic doesn't smell like it came from a nuclear destruction factory for the first time with this company. But I had high expectation, and as you're just gonna see, it fails and it crashes, and I hope you had a different experience than I did. Please let me know in the comments below, because for now I feel like this quadcopter is just a waste of potential. So let's go out for a flight. I hope you're gonna enjoy this flight. Let me know of your experiences with the quadcopter down below, or just thank me by clicking on that on that like button, and also subscribe if you want to see more of my adventures with gadget reviews, especially quadcopters. Let's go out now and fly this beast. Hello guys, Rotordeal here, and today I'm gonna check out the new H68 quadcopter, and I'm already here ready for a flight in the mountains. I do have a bit of wind, so we're gonna check that out. I guess that it's gonna give this quadcopter a bit of a trouble, because I already tested out this quadcopter, and I did have some bad experiences regarding the barometer hold of the quadcopter. To get started, all I have to do is just click on the auto lift-off button. I also have an auto land button, which is the same one, and we also have a speed change function. I'm going to start by moving to the speed level 3, as you can see now, and to get started, like I mentioned, I'm pressing on this button, and that's about it. I'm also using the Wi-Fi camera option, which might have caused me a bit of troubles in my past flights. Maybe there's an interference issue, maybe there's a barometer issue, because this guy has already crashed on me a couple of times. So I hope this is not going to happen on this review, but this is something you might want to know, because I did get this quadcopter to crash for no apparent reason. Other than that, the barometer works really well when you start your flight. I've seen that in the first 3 minutes or 4 minutes, you are getting a very stable flight with this barometer on the quadcopter. I've reviewed a lot of JJRC quadcopters, so sometimes it's a hit and miss. You never know when you're gonna get a good quadcopter or not. But with this guy, it seems like I haven't found out what is causing these crashes to happen. We do have a couple of different functions on the quadcopter. One of them is the flip button, which has caused me to crash. I'm also going to show you now. I'm going to sacrifice the quadcopter now, so I hope you pressed on that like button. That this button also makes the quadcopter to crash. I'm going to put it in a big, let's say a bit more height, and then press the flip button, press a direction, and as you can see, the quadcopter just crashes. The thing about flips is that if you have an altitude hold function, basically it's going to have to go back to the same altitude, and for some reason that doesn't happen with this quadcopter. And because this is a brushed quadcopter, you are also getting some dirt and dust into the engines when you are crashing, so this is a really bad idea, and I hope you enjoyed my sacrifice of this cute JJRC quadcopter. I am going to have lots of troubles cleaning the quadcopter afterwards, that's for sure. All in all, this is one of the biggest problems that I have with this quadcopter. I'm going to change now. I'm basically going to recalibrate the quadcopter itself, and I'm going to start flying again just by making sure that I'm on speed level 3 because of the high winds, and then taking off using the auto takeoff button. So one thing I must mention, even though I have tons of dirt on my motors right now, because this is like crash number 5, it still flies well, and I think I don't even hear the dirt in the motors. So I did sacrifice the quadcopter, but it still works, and I'm happy. We are getting a lot of flight time with this quadcopter because of the high power battery. We are talking about 2500 milliamp, if I'm not mistaken, and this is basically making the quadcopter, helping the quadcopter to fly for more than 20 minutes. And I think I'm seeing some kind of LED blinking over there. I guess that means that this is either a battery low warning or something that goes on with the video recording. I'm going to stop the video recording just to see. Yeah, the blinking keeps on going.
I think it's just the norm. I think the quadcopter either has some kind of battery warning system, or we are just seeing the quadcopter blinking for no reason. I'm just gonna record myself while I'm walking here. This is a 720p camera, so we are seeing that it has better quality than many of the other toys I have reviewed. And I actually like this quadcopter because of the barometer hold. I'm just not sure why the flips make it crash, and I've seen that it happen more than once. I actually didn't manage to do even one flip without crashing, but it works very well, as you can see now. And we see that we have a delay with the camera like any Wi-Fi camera, but still it's going to my phone in high quality. And now, as you can see, we do see the quadcopter land, and the landing is very rough. I'm gonna press on the auto land feature just to get the motors dying on me. But I guess this is the quadcopter, guys, and we're seeing that this quadcopter has a lot of problems. And like always, I just want to say that if you are buying a quadcopter based on specs, you might have troubles like I'm having with this guy right now. So this is why it's so important to watch reviews, and this is why I'm here for you guys, because I want to show you which models have these kinds of problems. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. I hope JJRC sees this and tells me in the comments below, but this quadcopter definitely has some problems. I haven't managed to fly more than 10 minutes without crashing it, like you just saw with the barometer error, or just by pressing the 360 flip and crashing it. I really think it's basically because I'm using the Wi-Fi transmission for the video, but I have no idea if that's the cause of these crashes. And this is basically making the quadcopter, as a toy quadcopter, very, very bad on my rating for toy quadcopters. So I hope you enjoyed these videos. I'm actually going to put recommendations for other quadcopter reviews I've made. I think this one is going to be really interesting for you because it's a better quadcopter, and I also have a second option for you. Press on this circle button if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet to get more videos. I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye bye.